Hi, welcome back to the third presentation of this tutorial, and on this one we're going to actually link the three types of text that we've got together and create a pathway. So what we do is we go obviously to path and it's add 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Okay, so I've got to decide which one is my first piece of text, and it'll be this one. So I click on there and as you can see it's placed a number 1. I'm then going to go to that piece of text, that's now number 2. Notice there is a joint in the middle that would allow me to connect to something else later on if that's what I want to do. The small piece of text is my number 3. I am now connected. Again, there is a elbow joint there that we can move around to. So now, if I now go to show, and I can either use these buttons here in the bottom corner, left and right. On the left button, if I hold it down, I get a looping arrow which immediately places the first piece of text that we've organised squarely in the centre of the screen. Now I can use either these buttons or the forward and back buttons on my keyboard to move to the next point on the path. So I'm going to press my keyboard button, my right button, and it takes me to that. I'm going to create that and it takes me to that. If I go back using the left one, it takes me to there, and left takes me back to there. I can see now that that pathway works exactly how I want it to. So I'm going to come off show now. I'm going to zoom out a little bit and I'm going to drag this into the center so that you can see what's actually happening. So what I've now got is a pathway that goes from 1 to 2 to 3. What if I wanted to change that order? There's two ways of doing it. I could either delete all the things and write them out again, but that's a real pain if you've created lots of pathways. If I want to remove a pathway from something, I just drag it off the topic and leave it in the middle. So now I've gone 1 to 2. I can move 2 to that one. I can then add, because I'm on the add, and add 3 to there. So it's gone 1 to 2 to 3, which is exactly the same as what it was before. So we drag it off. We stay on here and go to number 2 now, and we create pathway number 3. If when I've finished pathway number 3, or after going to pathway number 2, I wanted to come back to this text, I could take this one in the center, drag it to there. So now it's going to go 1, 2, back to 3 to 4. And just to test that, we'll go to show. We'll go onto the looping thing by holding the button down. And you can see there, so we should go to number 2, come back to number 1, go to number 3. Exit the show, zoom out a little bit, move it into the center. So that's how to create a simple path. So I'm going to look at the path, I'm going to drag number 3 off, so I've just got 1 to 2 to 3. And what we're going to do now is create a bit of interest, but not too much, because too much zooming and panning can make you feel seasick. So we're at 9, we're horizontal here. So on the next one that we go to, I'm going to twist it 90 degrees. And on this one piece of text, I'm going to twist it 90 degrees the other way. So now I have text that when I look at it doesn't look right, but when I show it, so I'm going to go to the first point here. When I now go to that, it twizzles everything round and creates a little bit of movement. I'd like to suggest that you keep that to a minimum and keep it in close relation to each other. Otherwise, it can send you rather seasick. That's enough for this one. The next tutorial, what we're going to deal with is putting brackets around things so that we can highlight particular areas of interest within the world that we're creating. Thank you.